out all those roos. Hey guys, Mitch here with Mitch Tasker Lawn Care. So it's about 5:45 in the evening. Started at about 7:30 this morning. Been a long freaking day, I tell ya. Didn't actually get any footage of any mowing or anything, but they're just sort of awkward houses that I do today, and yeah, it wasn't really ideal for filming. But yeah, 17 lawns today I got done. Was on to my second last one, and sort of thinking about, you know, how I hadn't filmed anything, and what, you know, maybe I'll make a video on the way home or whatever it might be. And I'd noticed my Hustler had been sort of starting a little bit funny the last 2 times I started it. It wasn't like the battery was going flat or anything, but it was just making this slight sound that only probably I would recognise when it was just starting up. And it was just like it was delayed in the starter motor or something. Anyway, I got to the second last job of the day, and it was my biggest job of the day too, biggest mow anyway. And the thing wouldn't start. Went to start it up, had it off the trailer from the previous job I'd finished, and then I whippersnipped or weed-eated the big one. Went to jump on the ride on, nothing. You could hear the starter motor going, like it was sort of whining, but it wasn't catching and it wasn't turning the engine over. And I've never come across that before. So that was sort of perplexed me a little bit. I didn't really, I thought, oh no, it's not like I'm going to flatten the battery if I keep trying to start, but obviously it's seized some way or something. Anyway, I rang my brother who's a mechanic, and he sort of asked me a few questions about what I could see and what was going on and the noises and stuff, and he come to the conclusion, which I think he was right, in that the flywheel is worn out, because it basically goes to the same point every time and wears down, and it's probably due for a new one. So it didn't have enough there to catch to start it. So here I am, stuck out in the middle of nowhere, about to mow a lawn, a massive lawn, right on one start. So obviously with the zero turns, you know, if you can't start them buggers, they're pretty difficult to get on a trailer, and so I had a million things going through my head, plus the week ahead that I've got, which is a lot of big lawns this week. It just seems to have fallen that this week I've got pretty much all my real big lawns. So I'm thinking, oh man, this is not the week for my ride on to be out of action. Yesterday in Australia, so that was Monday, it was a public holiday. I actually went out and mowed 5 lawns close to my house in the afternoon, just to sort of get myself ahead. They needed doing and get a little bit going. So yeah, so sort of things are pushed back one day in this week. So, you know, I had a million things run through my head. Anyway, I went and got the Honda and I push mowed the big lawn. It took me, like, that thing's pretty fast. It gets through it much quicker than what I did when with my push mower, my last push mower. I think I knocked it over in about half an hour. It's just one big backyard, so it's just up and back, up and back, up and back. It was roughly half an hour to knock it over, so with no obstacles or anything, just an open paddock. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. Anyway, I just had to walk it, so that was okay. Anyway, so I had about 10 minutes till my brother was going to come out and try and help me get this thing back on the trailer, and I just thought, oh, I'll just try and start it. Anyway, it started. So I immediately put it on the trailer, thinking that it may not start again, so get it on the trailer as soon as you can. So I did that, finished my jobs, did the last one, and I just tried, when I was just finishing up back there at the last job, I thought I'd just jump on it again and just try and see if it started straight away. So whether it's on the way out or not, I'm not really sure, but I've contacted my dealer, and he said to bring it in tomorrow, but I can't take it in if it's starting and it's work and I've got to mow. So it's a sort of a sticky situation. I haven't said anything to anyone yet, but this will come out probably at the end of the week on Lawn Pros or whatever. But I'm buying that V-Ride that I went and had a look at. So I got that at about half its new price with 130 hours on. I think it's a couple of years old, so I think it was a pretty good deal. Anyway, I'm still waiting on that to be able to get that. Hopefully it'll be ready to go this week. They're just doing some, waiting for some bits and pieces that it needed, just springs and whatever. It's nothing major. But yeah, with Skag you've just got to order them in, so they don't really stock them. So yeah, waiting on that to be ready. So I'm hoping that my hustler will at least get me to the end of the week. Touch wood that it gets me to the end of the week, because I need it this week. And then hopefully by next week I'll have my V-Ride, and then I can just sort of get my hustler fixed when I can. So yeah, that's sort of how today went down. It was sort of a weird day, but I got a shitload of work done, shitload of jobs done. Good day money-wise, which is nice, but a freaking long day. It's nearly been a 10-hour day, or it has been a 10-hour day, and I'm not home yet. So yeah, it's just seen an accident. That shouldn't happen. Those two cars should be there. I just flashed the shit out of him. Stupid Victorians, man. We're in New South Wales and we're not far from a border, and we're a holiday sort of tourist area. You can see here, really nice part of the world, nice bay there, and on a big bridge both sides. Just went past a police officer. I think he's seen me duck my camera down out of the way. Probably thought it was a phone or something. Anyway, he didn't turn around. It's always good. So yeah. So we're in, as I was saying, we're in a tourist area, and we get a lot of Victorians up our way, and they have some strange road rules down there, and it kind of catches them out up here a little bit. I won't speak bad about them, because this town that I live in, an area that I live in, needs their influx and money to basically survive. So they're great for our economy and all that. So it's not having a go at them, but man, they need to watch what they're doing on the roads, because I've seen plenty of accidents with them, and nearly just seen one just then. So yeah, that was my day. Did a couple of sprays today as well. That's one thing too, guys. I think the days where you haven't got much on, or it's not that good money wise, or whatever it might be, if you're charging people for your weed spraying and things like that, try and put a couple of those in on those days, because it's certainly a real easy way to bump up the amount of turnover you have on that day. I sort of work on the a sort of dollar amount that I want to make per day, and I sort of have it's not a dead set theory, but I only get out of bed sort of thing for a certain amount of money. So what I mean by that is that I stack, if I'm going to work, I'm going to work the whole day, and I'm going to stack a shitload of jobs into that day till I make the amount of money that I want to make per day. You know, it's, if you've got jobs close by your home, like I did yesterday, you know, that's okay. But when, generally speaking, I've got to travel sort of 15 to 20 minutes, even further sometimes, to a lot of my work. So there's no point in me doing that unless I've got a good full day's work there. So that's the way I try and do it. Try and stack a heap of jobs into one day, and you know, get the turnover for that day up to a certain point. So you know, if you're doing 17 jobs and a couple of sprays in a day, you're making decent money that day. So that's generally how I also schedule my days as well. I try and load them up. You know, I know sort of roughly how long each job takes me, so I try and do 7 to 8 hours of work a day, and you know, sometimes you spend a little bit more in certain situations. So yeah, so overall today was a fairly good day, except that little hiccup with the hustler at the end. I hope it doesn't affect me for the rest of the week, but yeah, I just need to get to the end of the week, and hopefully my V-Ride will be ready, and then we'll be off and running on that. So yeah, alright guys, a bit more driving to do till we get home. Cheers. Hey guys, try and get a bit of video for this week's YouTube. It's a new client. Pretty rough corner block. See there, can't do the whole lot with a ride on, but can do a fair bit of it up in there. It's gonna be a big job. So you can see how long it is there. That's what I've started doing in situations like this is just ask that they're okay, that I weed spray and stuff, and like I've said in previous videos, is, you know, spend a good bit of time here on the first job, weed spray around the edges and stuff, and make it a lot easier for me next time I'm here. Hey guys, I finished that off. What a mission. See, good edge there now. Looks pretty different. So basically went round with the Adam blade edger first on all this stuff here, so you can see that's nice sharp edge now on there, down there. Did all those edges first, cut them, and then went round with a trimmer, obviously around the whole place, then with a trimmer. So yeah, come up, not too bad. After the next cut will be really good. Also weed sprayed the edges and stuff like I said I was going to. I think that's pretty much my go. You know, I do that sort of every time I get a new job, as long as they're okay with it. Usually when it's a first one like this and it's a pretty big cleanup, I charge a bit more, and just sort of include the weed spray in that, because I know that by doing that weed spray this first time, it's going to make the job so much easier for me down the track, which is why I do it. So you know, I sort of make it up over a couple of mows, and you know, the next few times it's much quicker and a lot easier and get done. So it's all looking much nicer. Pretty happy with how it come up. Hope she's happy with it too. Alright, let's go. One garden job and then a day and a half off. Hey guys, Mitch here, Mitch Tasker Lawn Care. Just wanted to do a little update on something that's been going on. Over the past few weeks I've been having a little bit of trouble with the hustler. It hasn't just small things, you know, things are starting to not work as good as they should. And I've been in the market for a new zero turn, so had a pretty good deal come up, and yeah, I thought I'd take it with two hands and see it. So this is the new beast. See there, so it's a 36-inch cut. I bought it second hand. It's got, see that there, 134.6 hours on it. Now I bought it for about half the recommended retail price of them. So in Australia we pay a lot more for the mowers. So they're about 11 grand brand new for one of these, and I paid half that. So pretty good deal really. Not many hours, just run in. So everything, you know, I've obviously mowed a lawn with it, or I have mowed a lawn with it. Cuts really good. The only thing I'm a little concerned about, which I guess we'll see over time, is the width of the tyres. So they're the older model. I think so. It's either a 2011 or 2012. I'm not too sure, but they've got the narrower tyres, so you can see there. What's that? Probably, I don't know, 8 inches wide or something like that. 7 inches wide, 8 inches wide, I suppose. But apart from that, it runs really good. Just start it up. So if anyone hasn't noticed already, see how it hasn't got a cap on the air filter. I've got to, I'm still waiting on a couple of parts for it, so waiting on that. A new deck spring, the one in there, it all works fine, nothing, you know, I can mow with it, so I'm just waiting on those parts from the guy who sold them from me. I haven't actually paid for it yet. I'll pay for it when I get that stuff. He's thrown in a new set of blades as well for it, which is good. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, the only thing cosmetically wrong with it is just this bit of stuff here. But you know, can't do much about that. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with it. So hasn't got a mulching deck on it, but it's got the plate on the side. I'm going to see how that goes for the time being before I put a mulching deck on it. The lawn that I've cut already wasn't super long or anything like that, but it didn't leave any grass at all. So I was really happy with actually how it come up. So that's hopefully that'll work nicely. But yeah, that's the latest, guys. Is the new mower, or new to me mower, should I say? Yeah. So I'm excited to get out tomorrow and hopefully cut some lawns with it. Alright guys. Goes pretty good. Like my homemade air filter cap. Just zip tied it on there. There's plenty of room in there. It's not sort of covered up or anything. See, there's gaps and whatever. So should be right to use tomorrow. Alright guys, tell me what you think. If anyone's had any experience with the narrower tyres on softer lawns and things like that, I'd like to hear. But yeah, so that's a new thing. Let's hope it doesn't let me down. Does me for a few years. Alright guys, peace. Hey guys, just thought I'd give you a little recap of the week that's just gone. First of all, business-wise, 4 new clients this week. So that's 10, well probably 5 actually this week. I haven't confirmed one yet. But yeah, so five this week and then 3 the previous 2 weeks. So what's that, 11 in 3 weeks, which is pretty good. Started putting my flyers out, which you probably have seen already in the in this video. I've only put them out, probably only put it, I don't know, between 50 and 100 out, if that, on Monday, so nearly a week ago now. Picked up 1 new client from those, which was cool. And also the last week, I've had a bit going on with my equipment. So I got the new exhaust for the Hustler, put that on, works fine. Also had a drama with the flywheel where it wouldn't start and turn over, but that sort of fixed itself. I don't really know what happened there. It was a bit odd. My whippersnip, my weed eaters, trimmers, whatever you want to call them, they're both getting just a bit sad. I've had them in the shop a couple of times over their life, and you know, the last time was probably only a month ago now, and you know, cleaning air filters and making sure the spark plugs are good, and you know, it's just they're I don't know whether, I suppose they just get worn out. I use the main one the whole time, you know, a lot of the time, and then when it's playing up a little bit, I just go to my backup, and they're both just getting a bit doggy and just a bit sad. So I'm looking into getting a new one. Probably going to go with a Honda, a 35cc Honda, so 4-stroke and 35cc's with a shitload of power. So I've just got to go and handle one and feel that it's not. I mean, I'm expecting it to be heavier. Obviously, it's a bigger engine. So you know, we're just going to see how it goes. But I'm really struggling on the thicker grasses to get through them, especially when I vertical edge and do things like that with the smaller engine trimmers. So I think getting a bigger trimmer will, you know, make that a lot easier. You know, especially because I'm basically vertically trimming all the edges on all my properties now, which in Australia is not all that common because of the different types of grasses. Our grasses tend to grow sideways rather than upways. I suppose it's like in Southern America. You know, you have your kikuyu or crabgrass and Bermuda or couch, as we call it out here. They sort of tend to grow along the ground rather than up. They do grow up, but they have runners that grow sideways, which are much thicker. So yeah, just trying to get my hands on one of those this week, hopefully, and see if I like it. It's a bit of an outlay. It's, you know, just over $600 for a new one of those here. So, you know, nothing. Changing your equipment in Australia is not like in the States. You know, we pay heaps for those. As far as work-wise this week, it was actually probably the longest week I've worked. I did basically 4 10-hour days and about a 7-hour day on Friday, and then another 7-hour day on Saturday. It's a long, you know, it's been a while since I've worked a Saturday, and even, you know, a 3/4 day on a Friday. So you can obviously, you know, by the amount of clients I'm picking up and the amount of work that I'm doing. Obviously, it's getting to that time of the year where things are starting to really take off. I think that's why I've talked so much about my equipment this week, is just trying to get that in order. So when it's really going and I'm pumping out 15 to 20 lawns a day, I'm not having issues, because that's the last thing I need right now is issues and stuff holding me back and slowing me down. I've actually got someone coming to mow with me tomorrow. Last year I only probably got someone to help me mow maybe 5 times, if that, and that was only when I was sort of starting out. So once I got pretty quick and stuff, I was happy. I was comfortable doing sort of between 12 and 15 lawns a day. So I didn't really need that much help with the amount of work I had. So but I'm got a girl that I've been doing a lot of my gardening work with. She's going to come out and mow for the first time with me. So I'm hoping. I mean, she's done a bit of this stuff before, so I'm hoping she'll be okay, and I hope she'll be good on the whippersnipper. I mean, that's the big thing. She won't be able to ride the zero turn. She's never ridden one before, so it's sort of hard to find the time to train someone up off the job to drive the zero turns for someone who hasn't ridden one before. So then she has to be good on the trimmer. I don't want to have to be going over everything that she does again and things like that. So I haven't got a massive day tomorrow, but I'm hoping that she'll be good enough to get a few extra jobs in that I wouldn't have done to justify employing her for the day. But getting her trained up and whatever is probably good to do this time of year when I'm not quite yet flat out. So that's the next sort of thing, is getting her ready to go and making sure that she's capable. I've only got probably 2.5 months until my wife Hannah will be able to work with me. We've sort of worked out that she'll be doing 2 days a week with me, and then she'll be working 2 days a week in another job that she does. So I think having someone help me 2 days a week is all I need at this stage, just to pump out a few extra lawns that day to sort of take the pressure off for the rest of the week, and help give you a hand with the garden work and stuff like that sometimes you need two people to do. So I'm looking forward to that. That's sort of, I think, middle of December. She's able to get back into the workforce after having the baby. So that's exciting. It's not far away now, so I'm looking forward to that. She's been on the zero turns, so she's got a bit of an idea, and she's getting better at it too. But she'll have to spend a bit of time on the new Via ride, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Actually, excited about going out and mowing tomorrow with it and seeing how it performs, and the cut it leaves, and all that kind of stuff. So that's it's always nice to get a new piece of equipment and have that feeling of actually being excited to go out there and cut some lawns. Not that I need any motivation, because I really enjoy it. And that's another thing too, is I'm finding that I'm often catching myself thinking about how much I'm enjoying it. So that's something that not a lot of people get to have in their job. It's very, very rare that you hear someone talk about them really enjoying their work and getting satisfaction out of it. Often it's just the satisfaction of the paycheck at the end of the week. But I know for me personally, it's I think it's cool being able to finish multiple jobs in a day, and you feel like you're progressing as the day goes a little bit as well. I don't know how to explain it, but it's cool just finishing jobs, lots of jobs, start to finish, and bang, 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 and you're through a heap of them, and rather than just going to a job that's sort of never ending. It's just one of those monotonous things. There is the thing that you sort of got to think, oh, I'll be back here again next week, or back here in 2 weeks again doing exactly the same thing. But you know, each time you cut a lawn, you know, I feel that there's, you know, there's slight differences. You know, some patches grow faster than others. There's always generally one patch or whatever that grows faster than the rest. We have that in Australia a little bit more, I think, than the guys in North America, just because we don't cut weekly generally over here. You know, my main one is bi-weeklies. You know, and I probably only have 5 or 6 of them. That's just generally because the grass just doesn't grow anywhere near as fast over here, which, you know, I've said in previous videos before, but it's just the way it is. That's why I think you need more clients, you know. You know, I think I'm up to 152 jobs or something now. I was counting the other day, so that's, you know, 152 different places where I mow or maintain gardens or whatever it might be. You know, and I'm still only basically running a one-man crew with a hand, you know, maybe one day in 20 sort of thing. So, yeah, it's just you just need more clients in Australia because you're just not doing it as much work. Just doesn't need it. So, yeah, that's about it for this week. Trying to think of anything else that happened. Yeah, just I think I've spoken about already. The big things are V-Ride, new mower, and looking into the new whippersnipper. So hopefully by the end of this week coming, I'll have a new new trimmer, and yeah, we'll see how I'll check in again through the week and see how my help's going, and see if she can do a good job. So she was really good on the garden stuff. She, you know, for a girl, she, you know, nothing against girls, but she really has a dig, which is really cool, and it's impressive. So that's what you need, and I think it's nice working with a girl too. I think it gives you clients that you see. It's just a different sort of perspective for the business, having a female working in this kind of industry. Tends to be a bit sort of blokey, but when you've got a girl around, it just sort of gives it that different sort of vibe and feel, and yeah, so anyway, that's it for this week, and yeah, I'll check in through the week. Alright guys, peace.